Hello, everyone, and welcome to Barely Friends, the podcast where we share stories that some of our closest friends don't even know. I'm your host, Syd Groves, and next to me is my dashingly charming co-host, Jordan. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? I'm Jordan Pagano. I am the, as aforementioned, handsomely, dashingly, great-looking.
I did not use those words.
You,
did not use those words.
I know, but they need to know. They need to know the truth, and you didn't do it justice.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't want to get your head super big before we even started.
It already is.
Okay. So anyway, you're probably listening to this and being like, wait, why do they have a podcast together? And then I'm going to answer you and say, to be honest, I really don't know. I really like to hear myself talk, one. And two, honestly, a lot of random and ridiculous things happen to me all the time that just need to be shared with the world. And I'm going to be real. So many people, especially during this pandemic quarantine, were like, I'm going to start a podcast. And I'm letting you know right now, no one really cares about what you have to say. So, but you should care about what we have to say. Am I right?
Yeah, I think a bunch of my friends said or did start podcasts during the pandemic, and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely tune in, and I probably don't ever tune in for their stuff as I am, I guess, a bad friend. But when Syd said to me she wanted to start a podcast, and she was like, would you consider maybe doing it with me? I was like, I barely know you. So.
Yeah, we need to do a little background on how our friendship, if we even call it that, started.
I like to consider it a friendship. It's more than an acquaintanceship,
yeah, it's
if that's a word.
definitely more than an acquaintanceship for sure. So basically, Jordan and I both went to college together. We were both student athletes, and within the athlete community, I think at any school really, it's really close. Everyone knows each other, and if you don't know someone, you know of a person. So Jordan knew who I was. I knew who he was. He transferred, though, to school when I wasn't even in school yet. I think that you were a sophomore or a redshirt, whatever, when I was a freshman.
Yeah, so I did 1 year at Penn State. And then, gross, disgusting. We aren't. And then I transferred to Rutgers, greatest place on earth.
Excellent establishment, 10 out of 10.
And yeah, I think I was in my second year at Rutgers when you were a freshman.
Yeah. And I was friends with some of Jordan's friends. So Jordan and I definitely knew of each other. Mm-hmm. We would see each other out and we would always say hi, I feel like.
Yeah,
because you did say hi to me that my freshman year at the R Awards. I remember that. You were like, Syd.
Yeah,
I was like, I
don't
were. Know who he is. I was like, who is that?
I mean,
he was wearing a full flamingo suit. It was kind of weird.
I was wearing a flamingo suit because I was trying to win Best Dressed, which I was robbed of.
Who won Best Dressed?
Someone on the track team. I don't even remember.
Their outfit was good. I remember it.
But it wasn't flamingos.
Okay, well,
it wasn't.
There's a difference between being stylistic and eccentric, and you follow the eccentric line.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
I like to wear things that people tell me not to buy. Hey, do you like this? You shouldn't buy that. Don't wear that.
The entire outfit that you're wearing right now.
Yeah, no, this is just classic tie-dye, shout out Duvin Design. Great, just the best clothes.
Okay, regardless.
But, I mean, this is tie-dye. That's in.
Okay.
Tie-dye's in.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry I'm not wearing, I don't wear black only like you.
Black is timeless. It's slimming. It's classic.
It's death. It's scary. It shows that you have no soul.
I have a soul. Would like to point that out there. Anyway, but yeah, so Jordan and I would see each other, say hi. I decided it was a great idea to work 4 jobs while I was in college. So one of my many jobs that I had was working at a tanning salon. And Jordan is an avid tanner.
I am. There's nothing wrong with that.
He would come in and tan. He would love like the little heart stickers that you could put on to make sure that, like, you're getting a tan.
You need the tan line. I'd put it in my bikini area, you know, a little Scandi, but
yeah, so but that's like really the only extent for a long time where we actually had interactions.
yeah, we outside of, you know, tanning and the R words and I guess like seeing each other in passing, there wasn't, you know, there wasn't much contact.
Yeah, because then I would also just want to point out that you were in a relationship for a long time.
Yes, I was.
And then I too was in a relationship for a long time, but my partner didn't let me communicate with the opposite sex at all.
Yeah, and I can attest to that in my first relationship at school where it was a little bit of like a, hey, I don't really want you talking to any
Well, let's
females.
just call attention. Sorry to break you off, but like you are a serial monogamous and you like did go into a relationship immediately after another relationship, like a long-term relationship and then immediately into another long-term relationship.
Wow, we are diving right into it.
Anyway.
Okay. That's maybe, I mean, I don't think that's 100% true, but I mean, I'll throw out there, I guess I am a little bit of a relationship kind of guy.
Okay.
But serial monogamous, like that's a little intense. I don't like that for me.
Okay. Well, my boyfriend at the time didn't let me talk to anyone, including one of your close guy friends who I was also close with. But I broke up with him because he was crazy.
There's a little bit more to that story. But
we're not sharing that.
That's not for today's episode.
It's not.
Don't worry, we will get into that.
If you want to cry, I will tell you this story. If you want to feel legitimately bad for me, I'll tell you the story.
And good about yourself and maybe your breakups or your relationships, like you will love that one because I know I love it.
Okay. Well, anyway, so Jordan, though, just recently got out of a relationship, like a little bit into quarantine, I would say.
Yeah, let's go like late June.
Late June. And so mind you, like no contact with Jordan at this time. Like maybe liked each other's Instagram pictures. Like, you know, whatever. So.
Yeah, I liked my Instagram pictures. That's it. But don't worry.
I'm getting there.
Okay, just making sure you are.
So I think that you can agree. I mean, I really don't know how guys work. Like my girlfriends and I, like we have a group chat. If we see a nice picture, regardless of who it's posted, like we'll send it to each other. If it's an attractive guy, we'll send it to them. So whatever. There were multiple times in which Jordan was sent into our group chat. And we'd be like, wow, like Jordan looks really good here. Blah, blah, blah.
He looks good. I want to jump his bones.
We never said that.
I mean,
like ever.
I don't know. I don't want the people listening to like not.
Okay, never said that. We really just said like Jordan looks good here. Wonder if he still has a girlfriend. Literally that.
Inquiring about me.
We were inquiring. So I naturally texted one of my friends who is really good friends with Jordan, and I said, because I ain't no like champ. Like I know that if your girl that you were dating isn't liking your Instagram pictures and you're not posting her, that you guys like aren't together anymore.
You did some detective work. You did some detective work.
Was like, I'm gonna be an FBI agent, and I texted our friend, and I was like, "Is Jordan single?" And he said yes. And at this time, this very day, actually, I was casually dating someone, and he basically told me that I wasn't cool enough to talk to anymore, which is rude. And I needed some validation. That's all I needed. And I don't want validation just from like anyone, you know. I would like it from an attractive guy. So I obviously slid into Jordan's DMs. But I did not say like, hey, or
it was good. It was good.
Okay.
It was
and
clever.
it honestly, it had nothing, like it wasn't anything inappropriate. Like I said to him plain and simply, Jordan, I think someone is stealing your identity on Instagram.
And
because identity theft is no joke.
it is not a joke. And
Thousands of people suffer every year. So
and naturally, I actually was like, this happens a lot, right? Like you always see like people's like identities being stolen on like Facebook, Instagram, and you get the follows from them. You're like, wait, I already followed them, and then it's like some girl that you don't even know, and it's like, oh, like this page and follow me if you want to get like more behind the scenes content. Follow my OnlyFans, and it's like like, all right, this is fake.
So Jordan's like,
I was worried someone was like taking my pictures and opening an OnlyFans account for me, and I want to make my own money off that. If someone's gonna do that, right?
All right. So he was like, no way. Send me the page. So I obviously screenshotted NASA's page. And I sent it to him. And I said, because you're out of this world. And we just like chatted via DM.
Like I think I laughed and was like, no way. Like that's actually so funny.
Yeah, he said
like,
it was brilliant. It was fine. At this time, I'm like literally so upset that this guy told me that I was amounted to nothing. And I was like, I'm going to get my nails done. I'm like in the nail salon DMing Jordan Pagano. Doesn't make sense.
And like our mutual friend had told me that like Sydney was like inquiring about me like in her group chat. So like I knew something might have been coming. But when she sent that to me, I still like didn't think that this was gonna like she was gonna send me the NASA page. Like I thought like really like someone was impersonating me or something. So I was like I genuinely did not see that coming, and it was actually the funniest DM I've ever got.
So then we like just DM'd a little bit. I don't know, nothing happened. And we were just like Snapchat each other. When it was stupid because I live at the Jersey Shore. Jordan lives in Central Jersey, if you believe in that. And I am definitely pro Central Jersey.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Just making sure we're on the same page. Like Central Jersey exists.
Some things that people in Central Jersey do and North Jersey, they'll get a shore house.
Yeah.
So he was staying down the shore, as Benny say, and I obviously live at the shore, so like I would go out, obviously social distancing at bars where like, I was able to sit down within a group of people. And I saw Jordan out a few times. He doesn't remember ever seeing me though.
Yeah. I have a slight drinking problem where I love to black out. But I mean, who doesn't love that?
I don't, but like
yeah,
that's
I mean like
you.
casually drinking is fun, like Sunday dinner, you got wine, pasta, but like when I'm at the bar, like I want to be like slamming vodka clubs and green tea shots only. And maybe like an occasional blowjob shot if I'm having a good night.
I think that's only for birthdays.
See, that's where you're wrong. Like, I like to take a moment right now to just let everyone know that a blowjob shot is not a birthday shot. It's an everyday shot because it's delicious and it's fun.
Okay.
It gets people talking.
Okay.
Great icebreaker.
Okay. Well, at one point, Jordan actually, like, I went up to him when we were out and he ignored me, and I was very furious.
Well, I don't remember. So, like, did I really ignore her? Like, I don't even remember really seeing her there.
And I would also just like to call attention to the fact that Jordan only wore Hawaiian shirts when he was out.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
That's what you do in the summer. That's what you wear. You wear flip-flops and Hawaiians and short shorts. That's it.
So we would Snapchat each other like
often.
Often, and then
nothing. It was just
very,
as like
I would be like, "Are you going to Beachcomber
hey, I'm going
or whatever?"
Here.
And hey, I'm down here. So basically, I have a private Snapchat story, nothing inappropriate. I just like to go on tangents. Like I said, I like to listen to myself talk.
Yep.
So I go on tangents often, in which my friends honestly always reply to me and say, "Syd, you need to start a podcast again. Like we need you on a mic." And I'm like, guys, like, calm down.
I'm only human.
I just want to be appreciated. And I, had this idea in college because all these random things have happened to me often to start this podcast, have my friends come on, say the crazy stories that they've gone through, whatever. And I'm like one of those people that I hate when people say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." Like, no, just like shut up and do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a damn minute. I'm going to shut up and just do it. And then I'm like, I don't want to do it alone. I need someone who's going to have like compatible energy with me. And Jordan replied to one of my stories and said that he wanted to do it. So I like slept on it, marinated in it.
What happened was she was like, I think you'd be like a good candidate, but like I also have like another host in mind as well. And I to this day like don't believe that there was another candidate, another host.
No, there fully wasn't.
There wasn't. It was me. I was fully number one.
Okay, whatever. But he actually took initiative and he was like, let's meet up, let's talk about it. So we did. We had a few meetings about it. These meetings definitely like, went a little like off course, and
again, like we were acquaintances.
Yeah.
Like we were not great friends. We also had to get to know each other in these meetings. So outside of maybe talking about 15 minutes of what the podcast might be about, it was like, okay, so like where are you from? Like we had to like
I don't know
actually
you.
like get to know each other.
Yeah, because then there were things like I said, we knew of each other, so we also had like perceptions of each other.
Yeah.
Being that we did have mutual friends, and some of your mutual friends,
yeah, mutual friends. That's what
some
we
of
had.
your mutual friends like don't have the nicest things to say about me, which is fine. They're entitled to their own wrong opinion. And
now I can like co-sign that it's a wrong opinion. Like you're a cool chick.
Thank you. We had persona like ideas about Jordan, you know, that, I mean, I fully thought that when I was going to talk to Jordan, he was going to tell me about like all these girls, like these conquests. And he is the opposite of what I honestly, stereotyped you. I'm sorry.
I think that happened to me like this past weekend. Got stereotyped, and a girl at the bar was like, please, like you don't even care. Like something pretty much like something along the lines of like, I bet like you do this all the time.
Well, you also were accused of like trying to hook up with two different girls in the same friend group, which is an excellent segue into our topic, which is friendships. So, yeah, let's discuss that.
Wow. Okay. What how do you want to start that out? 'Cause
well, basically,
you just jumped the gun on me. I was getting ready to tell a different story.
Do you feel bamboozled?
I feel attacked.
Basically, I just want to discuss the whole idea of like friendships and how you have a code of conduct within friendships. I know that none of my friends would ever try to talk to the guys that I've ever talked to. I would think that maybe your friends would have the same idea.
I'd like to imagine. I'd like to say that I have probably like 3 or 4 friends that would stick to that like code, if you want to call it that. But I'd say like my group of friends, it's like fair game to all. Unless you're like actually like, you know, seeing them like religiously and like you express that you like them, I think guys are a little different. Like most guys. I don't want to say all guys because I am a guy. Well,
let's like talk about this, because yesterday you told me that you have teammates and not all of your teammates are your friends, as like not all of my teammates were my friends, you know, but we always had like an unspoken rule that as a teammate, you respect the person enough to not cross that line.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing like on the team that I was on. Like I think that like, you know, there's a saying that someone used, and this is going back like I think it was like 4 years ago when I was with the team. If these hoes going, they going, and that's
I've never heard that ever.
And the best part was, this is when we're on a plane traveling, and someone is talking about that kid who said that was saying how like, yo, you gotta respect like if a guy's talking to a girl, like if it's your teammate's ex, like this and that. And then someone on our team goes, yo, you slid in my girl's DM two nights ago. And he completely flipped the script and goes, shit, if these hoes going, they going. And we were just all like dumbfounded, like
That's funny.
jaws to the floor, like, wait, you just were preaching that you shouldn't be doing that, and now you're being called out for actually doing that.
You know, well, this also reminds me of I dated someone who was also on a team. He was also an athlete, and he had friends on his team. And now that, you know, we are no longer together, his friends actively hit me up often. Whether I respond to them or not.
So you respond?
No. Okay. I respond to some. Like some of them are so innocent that I'm just being nice back. You know what I mean? I was talking to someone the other day, and this one man's DM'd me. He asked me if I had plans this weekend. I said I do. And then I texted someone who's in his friend group, who I occasionally talk to, flirt with occasionally. Okay. Nothing crazy. And I said, oh, like, your boy hit me up. And he's like, oh, that's funny. And then we were talking about my ex, which I absolutely hate talking about my ex with guys I'm interested in. I think it's weird. That's
very interesting that you bring that up, because I feel like that happens to me when I'm talking to girls all the time, where they bring up their exes to me.
Oh, I think it's no one's business.
And I don't care, because I'm like an open book. So I will talk to you about like my ex, and I'll talk to you about your ex. But also, like, I mean, it's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I'll do it. I won't be like, nah, like, I don't want to talk about
I will
that.
say to someone, if I'm pursuing them, or like we're both pursuing each other, I'll say, to be honest, I'm like, I don't really care to know about what you did, because that doesn't matter now, unless it's gonna like harm someone, or, you know, if you should like look out for like if someone's gonna slash your tires.
Yeah. You speaking from experience, maybe? Because like that sounded personal. Are you okay?
After therapy, I'm okay. But this guy said, oh yeah, I'm not used to this. Like, I usually don't ever talk to my boys, girls. So I said, oh, you were friends with him? I didn't know you guys were friends. And he's like, no, we never hung out outside of the locker room, but still, I'm just not used to this. So I said, all right there. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. We just flirt with each other occasionally. Yeah. We've never hung out. So, like, I totally get it. Like, if you want me to peace, like, I got you. No problem. You hit me up, but it's fine. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's like, okay, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Friends are weird.
Yeah, friends, that's like, I think, I don't consider everyone my friend. Like, if you're my friend, like, you know a lot about me.
Yeah.
And I talk to you like on a deeper level than just like I have people who I go out and drink with and like hang out with at the bars and do stuff like that, but those aren't like my friends. Those are people that I like party with.
Yeah.
Then like my teammates are people that I
wrestle with.
Yeah, wrestle with, practice with, like talk to in the locker room. Like kind of like what that kid said, like he said he's this boy, but like he said, well, we don't hang out outside the locker room. Like I have a lot of those. Like I probably have like 3 or 4 kids who were on the team with me each year that I was like, oh, like that's my friend. Like I hang out with them, like talk to them like every day. The rest are guys who I see every day, but I don't talk to them every day, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. I definitely I don't have a lot of friends. No. I have friends, but I mean, there's definitely levels to it, you know?
Yeah, there is.
I have like 2 really close friends from college. I have 2 really close friends not from college that I danced with all throughout high school, you know, and it's different relationships that we have. We share different things. There are things I feel more comfortable talking to one person about than I do with the other. And that's fine because people are dynamic individuals.
Yeah, and like I don't feel the need to claim 100 friends.
Yeah.
Even though if I'm out and I see you, I might be talking to you for like, let's say like we catch up for like an hour at the bar. I haven't seen you in a little bit or whatever. And it's like, but you're not, maybe you call me your friend, but I'm like, oh, like, that's just so and so. Like I haven't seen him in a minute. I want to catch up.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have like 10 close friends than like 100 people that I'm like, oh my god, like I love you. Like I don't want to be like.
I know.
Tell everyone I love them.
I do tell people I love them often, but I don't mean it.
You're Syd's a phony.
I'm a liar. Now I have to ask you, do you have a lot of girlfriends?
I get along better with girls than I do guys, 100%.
That was the cringiest thing I've ever heard.
Like, I just think, I mean, you said, like, I'm eccentric. I'm a little quirky. The other day, I was going around my house just, like, annoying the crap out of my mom, and I just kept going up to her and be like, sorry, I'm just a little quirky. And she was like, I hate that word. I hate that super word. Annoying for me. It's definitely an annoying person.
So you get along with girls well. Do you have girlfriends that you are like very close with?
Yeah, totally. I'd say I probably have about like 5 girlfriends that I'm like really close with. I'd say I probably have about like five guy friends I'm also like really close with too, but I don't talk to maybe the guys as often as I talk to the girls.
Interesting.
Well, because, you know, the girls have more drama and there's like, you know, and I want to hear your drama. Like, I love drama. Like, if it's not my drama, like, I love it.
This is why we have the podcast.
Yeah, and I want
to other people's drama.
And I might even stir the pot a little bit and just like, you know, I wanna create controversy if it's not my life, which I don't know if that makes me sound like a bad person, but like, who doesn't love other people's drama?
That's true. That's true.
Like, I don't want drama in my own life.
Yeah, no one really.
But come to me with your drama. I want to hear it. Tell me more.
You drama magnet. So now these 5 girls that you consider like your best friends, are you attracted to any of them? If the opportunity presented itself, would you take them up on the offer?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't think I'm the type of person where I don't think I could be friends like with someone that I've previously like
had relations with.
Yeah, even especially if it's like a one night stand type of thing. Like your friend's like, hey, like let's do this. Let's just get it out of our system. Something like that. I don't think I could, because the next morning or day or time I saw them, I'd be like.
Well, Jordan also has attachment issues. Let's clarify that. Okay, he gets attached really easily.
That's not necessarily true. Yeah, no, that's not. I mean, like attachment issues, like that sounds like mommy and daddy issues.
No,
which
I didn't say no. I didn't say you have daddy issues. I said that you have, like, you convince yourself that you have feelings for someone when you don't.
Yeah, I mean that's probably not a lie. I mean, I feel like I probably told you that.
Well,
like,
no,
that's coming straight from me, I think. But like, yeah, because like I don't want to just hook up with someone and
have it mean nothing
and be like, peace, thanks for
absolutely
the sex or the kiss. So it's not always sex.
Thanks for the excellent night.
That was better. That was better. I gotta work on my vocab a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm limited to like a few words. I don't know much. I'm not totally convinced I know how to read. I've memorized like a lot of words.
All right. Let's hope that's like not copyrighted.
Copyright Nick Miller, New Girl.
So you're not attracted to any of them. So at what point?
Well, no, they're pretty girls.
No, I'm not saying that they're
like
not
sexually attracted.
You're not. Yeah, there's no like tension.
No.
Now, at what point did you determine, and how did you determine that they were going to be completely platonic?
I think I always have like the intent where like I'm like gonna try to be your friend first, but before I try to hook up with you, because I don't want to, like you said before, like not I don't want attachment issues, but like I want to like you as a person.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna like kiss you, like I want to be like, this is a good person, or this is someone I vibe with.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like, peace, like, oh, you're attractive, like let's hook up, never talk to you again. I want to have like some kind of like intellectual that's a big word for me. I'm not intellectual, but like I want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
About something other than like
a broader conversation than small talk.
Yeah, see, Syd's good with words. Like she knows how to pull it out of me.
It's like we're like better halves of the whole or whatever that saying is. I don't even know what the hell I just said.
Made sense to me.
Wait, so then you still never answered the question though. So like
which question?
The only question I asked. 1, 2.
Well, I feel like you've been grilling me, to be honest. Like full on interview session for me.
I feel like I'm carrying the whole production over here.
Well, just bring it. What's the question?
All right, I asked what makes you determine that they're strictly just friends though. So you.
Oh,
you
I don't know how to make a move.
Yeah, but then that doesn't make sense. So then
king
you
of
don't.
The friend zone.
What? You're king of the friend zone?
Yeah, like I'm king of the friend zone in that sense.
Okay, so then, but like you said, you wouldn't if the opportunity presented itself.
Like after establishing friendship?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really care to be hooking up like all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd rather, like, if you're my friend, then you're my friend. Like you're not someone I'm.
So would you say that because you lack the move, you lack game?
Whoa, it's not. I don't lack game.
All right.
I mean, I got game. Like, come on. I got
All
game.
right. Well, okay. You know what? This is a point, and this is a little off topic. The most attractive guys usually don't have game because they're like so attractive that they like just don't need to. But then they end up like being super socially awkward.
Ding, 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 ding. Like, yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I'm not trying to call myself like super attractive, but like.
But you do this often. You do call yourself super attractive often.
Yeah, you're right. But like, that's what I say to like, when guys will come to me like, yeah, like, what's your game? Or like, how do you do? I'm like, my game is just being nice and looking good. Finger guns. Like, I don't have like real game. Like, I've seen my friends like who aren't super maybe good looking.
They're gonna listen to this and they're gonna be like, who was he talking about?
You're all ugly. And I'm like, damn, like he got game.
Shawty got
well,
game.
I'm like, yeah, he'll never. Like, there's no way. And then he does, and I'm like, what did you say? Like, I need to take notes. And then they tell me what they said, and I'm like, I could never say that to a girl.
But then do you think that you establish the friendship and you're so scared to make a move that at that point the friendship just develops and you're like, I can never be attracted to you? Like, you know, I could still find you attractive but not be attracted to you.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like, when it's established, to me, it's like, all right, like, I don't care to like be trying to get with someone all the time. Yeah. So like, at this point in my life, like, kind of like what this podcast is about, like discovering who I am. Like, the more people I meet and like whatever, like that's fine with me. Like, if you want to like be my friend or like an acquaintance and develop a friendship, like I'm down.
Like this, we just are just developing a friendship right now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, who knows?
No.
I mean, like,
but like, no.
Late night podcast. You never know what's gonna happen.
Just like to point out that the sound engineer is nodding his head.
Yeah, like he knows. Like, who?
No, probably not.
I mean, two good-looking people. I mean, you did slide into my DM.
Yeah, because I just wanted attention.
You told. Okay. I mean, you told me I was out of this world, and like, I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, whatever.
It's been done.
So I'm saying that
me and Syd might kiss eventually.
All right. What do you think?
Am I being called into service?
Yeah,
yes.
let's see.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ming Chen. I am the owner operator, and tonight the honored sound engineer here for the Barely Friends podcast. Could you repeat the question?
Jordan, repeat the question.
Could you use it in the form of a sentence?
I mean, like, do you think one night me and Syd might like kiss? Like,
I mean,
don't know.
Listen, I just met you, but you know, and I'm an old man, but I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, I've been around the world, I've met many people. Yes.
There we go.
I think it would probably.
Let's go. That's one for the boys.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you two have very good chemistry, I think, and I just met you guys. But and you know what? If you did kiss, it'd make for a great podcast. So that means you'd probably come back here, and you know, it means we can keep the business going. And,
okay.
Yeah. We need to keep small businesses afloat, people.
Yeah. Shop local.
Kiss your friends. Kiss your friends.
Kiss
keep
your
businesses
friends.
going.
Shop local. But I mean, I think you guys.
Shop local.
Yeah, shop local. You guys both met. You know, you guys enjoy alcohol. You guys were of age, drinking age. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And alcohol makes you do crazy things. And you know what? Listen, and this is just my opinion, but it's the end of the world. The war is ending. So would it be the worst thing if you guys kissed? I say no.
We did sing that song.
We were just singing. We just had a duet before we came in here to "If the World Was Ending" by J.P. Sachs and Julia Michaels, and that's actually so funny. Wow.
So with that being said, my ride is here. I actually have to go. No. So I want to talk about my platonic relationships that I have with my guy friends. So
Yeah.
I would say I have two good guy friends, both of which my relationships with them are different. And I've been told so many times.
I'm like just trying to think about who they are in my head. I think I know, but
we have the mutual friend.
yeah, and I think it's the other one too.
Yeah, my personal trainer.
Yes.
I'm fit.
Whoa.
I work out. It's fine. So I've been told and I think it was a really big trend on TikTok too. They were saying, you know, if the opportunity presented itself that a guy, any of your guy friends would take you up on that offer. And I realistically think that both of my guy friends wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. I don't think they would either. And I know one of them's a good mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
And the other one I know from Rutgers.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of like the same thing with me. Like once you've established a friendship with a girl, you don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
If it's
absolutely.
a good friend, if it's like an acquaintance friend or a friend's friend, maybe, but
yeah,
not an established close friendship.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that both of them are attractive. They're both good-looking guys, but I am not attracted to them. Now, there are guys that I have as acquaintances too that the level of friendship isn't there, but I still am I think that when it comes to me, I'm just friend.
Yeah.
It's super simple.
But so to you, what is that point that you have to cross where you're okay, that's a friend?
I honestly think it's immediately.
Yeah. See, I can get that too, where it's you can feel the vibe. And I was just talking about this with a girl the other night about you can feel a vibe between two people.
Yeah.
I can feel it from a mile away.
From a mile away.
I mean, that's far. I mean, maybe 10 feet.
But my issue with girls and guys are different because I could approach a guy and I could just approach them because
You want to drink.
No. I don't ever accept drinks from guys because I don't know what they do with them. But
that's smart. That's a pointer. Listen, take that advice.
I am destroying the patriarchy. I will approach a guy because if I think that he's cool, you know what I mean? If they're doing something cool on social media, I'll reach out to them. And my intentions aren't they're pure. I have no hidden agenda.
Because you are a saint.
I am. Even though you called me evil earlier.
Yeah, because I felt attacked in that moment.
Okay.
I felt attacked.
But I think guys are a lot different, and guys will approach a girl with the intention of sparking something.
Well, no guy that I know ever just goes up to a girl without the intent of I'm going to try to get with that girl tonight.
Exactly. So that's what I think the issue is, because then I'm well, how can I actually make a guy friend without, that happening? But my two guy friends that I have, one of which I met at a Bible study group. And the other
nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. I'm a cool Christian. Number two,
I'm a cool Catholic.
Number two, he and I would hang out with my friends. He would hang out with his friends. And we were all just in a group together. And it was cool, and we all had fun.
Yeah.
And that was just how it was established. We weren't out and they didn't come up to me, But yeah, there are guy friends that I think I thought that they were friends, and I've said to them, there was one actually that he would ask me to hang out, and I would say, yeah, I'd be like open to doing this just as friends, like letting you know, hope you understand, hope you respect that. And he would ghost me. And I think that's rude. But two, like, why wouldn't you just say, you know what, Syd, I want something more than that. And then I could honestly just reject you. But you have to ghost me like a child. Like a child.
I am not going to defend the ghosting, but I'm going to defend the ghosting.
That's wrong.
I'm a non-confrontational kind of guy. So like that's a confrontation that I don't want and can be avoided maybe through. So it's not the answer, but I can understand it if that's how that person is.
I guess.
Like, and if you know them, like you said, you're like mutually like friends.
Yeah, we've been friends, or we made out one time.
Oh, so you did make out.
When I was a child, when I was 17.
Wow.
I'm fully 23 now.
Disgusting that you were making out at 17. Some Christian you are.
All right. My mom's going to listen to this. But even like guy friends, now I feel weird. Like when I was at school and I had my own place, I would hang out with my guy friends like all the time.
Yeah.
Now I feel weird kind of hanging out with them if they don't have their own place. I don't have, because I live with my parents now.
Me too. Not ideal.
It's not ideal, but like, where am I going to hang out with him? I don't want my parents thinking that there's something else going on there's not.
Yeah.
So, because, I mean, like, I would be allowed, I don't even know if I'd be allowed in my room, but if I was allowed in my room, the door would be open. But I honestly didn't have a door.
I was
my
just
parents
about to say,
took away my door.
With the newly installed door?
The newly installed, well, I need a new door because the door doesn't close, but like the door would have to be open. So now I'm like, my friendships now with them are kind of on a weird term. Not weird term, I would say.
I mean, it's always a little weird when like a guy and a girl are just like hanging out.
Yeah.
Just the two of them, and it's not a group. It's like it's always like.
No, would you what?
I was gonna say, like, when people found out me and you were like, when my guy friends found out me and you were starting this podcast, their immediate thing to me were like, "Are you hooking up with Syd?" And I'm like, "No."
Which is funny because whenever I told someone that we were creating a podcast, they said, "Can't wait to hear it."
Which you have better friends than me, clearly. But my friends would be like, "Are you hooking up with Syd?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Would you?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, I'm like, "What?"
Answer the question.
I mean, like, it's eventually gonna happen. Like we already discussed that.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, "You should." Like, she's good looking. I'm like, guys, you're missing the whole point. Like, we're starting a podcast. Like, I'm gonna need you to listen.
Yeah. No. Fully listen.
Never asked like what it was gonna be about. Like, just like it was.
Well, now we're talking about all of that.
Well, eventually
so now they know.
Eventually, they asked. They're like, "All right, like what's gonna be about?" And I'm like, "We don't know."
Actually, no. I always had an idea of what it would be, but wait. So my one really good guy friend though, let's just call him personal trainer.
Okay, I like that.
I love a good code name.
Yeah, tell them my code name. When you used to talk about me.
Jordan's
behind my back.
So just like, I'm sure all the girls that are listening can understand that, if we're talking about a bunch of different guys, it can get confusing with names. So you give them distinctive code names for them to register quickly in someone else's mind. So, for example, I went on a date with a guy who wore jorts. We called him Jorts.
Jorts are cool.
Okay.
First off, like, I wear jorts. Jorts are in. That's dope. Like, people wear jorts. That's besides the point.
There's a guy at the gym that I work out at, and he, we call him NFL. Like, just like distinctive names that we know right off the bat who it is. Mm-hmm. He pulled up a picture of jorts.
Jorts are, like, I got a nice pair of, like, ripped jorts.
All right,
like,
they're not nice. Jordan's name is Hawaiian Shirt.
So there was jorts, NFL, personal trainer. There's a lot of names because she's told me the names of these people, and they have like good names. I mean, like, listen, I love wearing my Hawaiian shirts. I love it. I think I look fantastic.
Well,
and
Athena hates it.
And it's a vibe. But when you tell me, like, you refer to me as Hawaiian shirt, and the reason it came up because the day I met Syd's friend Athena, who you guys will meet eventually.
One of my best friends.
They like were just grilling me about the shirt. Like as soon as like I met them, I didn't even know Athena, who me and Athena are like besties now.
They're not.
Shout out Athena, you my girl. And I was insulted because like those shirts derived from my love of John B. Outer Banks, and the shirt I was wearing in that moment was a shirt that John B. wore on the show.
Season 1, episode 1.
Yes.
I distinctly remember making a Snapchat making fun of you.
Yes, you did that night. It's like the yellow babe shirt. It's a great shirt. It's fantastic. But they were insulting me, so I took the Hawaiian shirt thing as an insult. But now I like it. I don't mind it now.
Okay, well, whatever. So personal trainer, him and I are good friends. We went on a small hiatus when I wasn't allowed to talk to any male figure.
Psycho relationships.
But we've been good friends for 3 years. A person that when something good happens to me, he is one of the first people I talk to. He's very brutally honest, which I'm very brutally honest. So I don't like when people sugarcoat things to me. That's why I don't reciprocate that. So he's very honest with me all the time. He was dating a girl who at first liked me, honestly. Never met her, but she was like, Syd's cool. And I was like, you're not wrong. And then she found out that I was working out with him. Like, mind you, he's my personal trainer. Mm-hmm. I'm fully paying him to work. Like, he doesn't do it, for his health, you know? And she was pissed, angry. And it's weird because I've asked her, I've been on the phone with both personal trainer and her about like guy advice. Mm-hmm. She's given me guy advice before. So
might have been sabotage. I hope you didn't take it.
I didn't. Well, the guy stopped talking to me anyway, so
sabotage.
He did not like me. It was rude. He said that I was perfect on paper, but he didn't like me in real life, and that's really hurtful.
Isn't that contradicting?
I think that he said I just made sense. Like,
but not
I was
enough
perfect
sense.
on paper, but he didn't like me enough. We talked for a month. He didn't want to. He wasn't head over heels for me. Exact term. I'm not head over heels for you yet. I said, sir, if you were head over heels with me after a month, I would leave. That's scary.
It sounds like what he said was a cop out.
He was like, I'm out.
He might not have believed that.
He's
statement.
What?
That maybe he was just telling you what he thought you wanted to hear.
I was like,
to make you not as mad, but that would make me more mad. Wouldn't you rather just be told I'm not really feeling it? Then you're actually perfect, but not for me right now or ever.
So I was like, I am having a mental breakdown, and I flew to Florida.
So you have a lot of mental breakdowns.
You're one to talk. Okay, anyway. So anyway, this girl, though, now she hates me. To the point that she was going to reach out to me, and he had told me that she was going to reach out to me. And I thought she was going to ask me, where he was, or, something, mm-hmm. where I would have to, vouch for him, which, nothing's ever happened, so I could. It would be honest. I don't lie. She was going to ask me to stop working out with him. Ma'am, don't you want your boyfriend to have money to pay for things?
For you.
Don't you just want money so he could have food, so he could eat, a house to live in? What do you want?
Also, he's a personal trainer. He probably trains other girls.
He does.
Wouldn't you rather him train his girlfriends than just random girls? I would trust the girlfriend over the random girl.
So anyway, I was like, she's she's wacky as hell. And I hate when guys are like, she's crazy. Because then I say, you probably did something to her that made her crazy.
Yeah, because I remember when we met up in one of these meetings, I said a girl was crazy, and you were like,
Feminism.
Yeah, you were like not happy with me. And I'm like, girls are all crazy. Just like men are all trash. It's the circle of life.
That's like not a thing. But no, she was actually, obviously that girl is dealing with something internally. I'm no psychologist.
Yeah, something made her.
Yeah, I'm no psychologist. I can't diagnose her.
I am psych major.
I don't know what this girl's going through. Obviously, she maybe has some self-esteem issues, which, I could totally attest to. I've been there, done that. But, girl, you're also a grown woman. Like, you're a grown woman. Your boyfriend's a grown man. Like, he's significantly older than me. He was, in his 5th year when I was a freshman.
Yeah,
so he's older.
He's older than me, too.
And I'm like, if this girl, honestly, were to have the audacity to call me and say, I need you to stop working out with my boyfriend, I'd be like, okay, well, you have 2 options here. I either continue to work out with your boyfriend and you deal with it, or you break up with him and I continue to work out with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
So, either way, regardless, though, he broke up with her. He broke up with her because she be on some crazy. And
good for him.
No, good for him, though, seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I felt some type of way about it. I felt bad. I blocked the girl on social media, and I didn't want to have to do that. But honestly, I had no other choice. No other choice. And I shouldn't have to do that with my friends' girlfriends.
No, you shouldn't.
However, and I get it. I totally understand. I really don't know how,
Do you think blocking her, that's terrible. Blocking her might have made things worse, though? Because doesn't that make it more sketchy?
I don't think that she even realized it, because she had just gotten an Instagram this year.
She probably blocked you.
No, she didn't.
Like I'm saying, and maybe muted you so she didn't see your stuff.
No, she always looked at my things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she always looked at my things. She never liked anything. Rude. But she always looked at my stories. She was a top viewer of my stories.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the algorithm. You showed me that.
Yeah. So I knew that she was looking at my things.
You seen her peeping.
I see her peeping. I see it. I seen it. And she would always post pictures of him on her stories. Not in real life, but on her stories, she would always post him.
But didn't post him on the gram, a picture or 2,
she just got an Instagram.
Red flag. If you don't have social media, huge red flag for me. That means you're weird. Something's, and I have friends who don't have social media, and they got some issues. And that's why they don't have
But my
social
point
media.
is I can say from the outside looking in as the friend that the girl didn't like. And I never was one of those girls that was I'm your boyfriend's best friend. And, he didn't tell you this? I know this about him. I was just straight up. We met when we were at school. We hung out together, same places. We've literally, hung out at my own apartment when I had my own apartment. We slept in the same bed together, never even touched each other, honestly separate, 6 feet apart. We were social distancing.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool
and necessary.
Cool. Yeah. I had a fling with one of his friends.
I'm glad you brought it up, because I was gonna. I was going to.
And he did the same thing with my friends. He had pursued my friends. Mm-hmm. It was just, we always knew that we were just friends.
Yeah.
It's just it was always a mutual understanding.
You set the line and there was no crossing it.
Exactly. So, and we've joked around, he's a one good looking guy. He's very tall, very built. And we've joked around, if we had a kid, it would go to the league immediately, which I get often because I'm a tall girl.
I mean, we've talked about the kid thing.
Okay. Yeah. Do we need to bring this up? Do we need to talk about this
I mean,
now?
No, we could save it for a later date.
No. I mean, it brings up, I guess, the topic of friends, which is the big umbrella that we're underneath.
Yeah. So me and Syd have an agreement.
No, you can't just start it off like that.
We have an agreement.
You can't just say that because it sounds like we have lawyers involved. Lawyers are not involved. There is no legal
There's legal documentation.
There is not.
There is not. Syd has a cute ass niece.
You know what? Okay, yeah.
My cutest niece
she's immaculate. She's like she's actual immaculate child.
The cutest baby you could ever.
She just got signed with an agent. Like she's gonna be a baby model, which is cool, I guess.
Jealous? Don't guess. That's cool.
You know, that's cool. Jordan loves her
because she's so
beautiful. She's just beautiful.
Like just a cute baby. Who doesn't love a cute baby? Like that's like.
Jordan has posted her.
Yeah, reposted
on his stories.
Not in a weird way. Syd told me to because we were trying to get her a contract, and guess what happened? I posted her, and she got a contract.
Okay, whatever. But you've posted her now voluntarily. Other times.
The pumpkin outfit.
That was the first time you ever posted her.
Yeah, adorable.
So that's when the conversation was brought up.
Yeah.
Jordan said no. Jordan said that jokingly that if his child didn't look like that, then he didn't want it.
I think that's what I put on my story.
Yeah, and I had said,
which is not cool for me to say. Like, I'm going to love my baby if it doesn't look like her. My future baby, I want you to know that if you come across this podcast, like, I do love you if you don't look like said baby.
My brother and I resemble each other. This isn't my natural hair color, but like our hair colors are both the same color. We have the same eyes. We both have green eyes. We have similar facial features. The baby looks like my brother. So I had said to Jordan, well, my baby's actually going to look like that because I look like my brother. And he said, so should we just like have a baby? Like no strings attached.
Yeah, like a friend's baby. Like just two friends having a baby, no strings attached. Like, and Syd's reply was,
okay, well, because there's a string attached.
That was her reply.
You can't just have a no string attached. The baby is
the string.
The baby's not even a string, Jordan. The baby's a rope.
I know, but like the beautiful thing about ropes is that that's what you use for tug of war. So we'd be like playing a game like with the baby, and games are fun. And I just think that like if there's no strings attached besides the baby and its health and all of that, I'm talking about like the love for each other, like the husband and wife.
He said exactly, we would love the baby, but not love each other.
Yes. I think that's a beautiful sentiment.
So I said, okay, cool, I'll just go get artificially inseminated.
And I said...
And he, did not know what artificially inseminated was.
I go, like, create it in a lab?
Which, like
a test tube baby?
It's not a test tube baby.
It's essentially a turkey baster baby. From what I learned when I learned about what artificial insemination is. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You did.
Well, beautiful.
So
it's a turkey baster baby.
Yeah.
And what I said to Syd was, you'd rather have a turkey baster put inside of you than have sex with me.
Once again, like my mother is listening to this.
Which is offensive. And don't skip this part of the podcast.
Yeah. Because we're friends.
Also, my mom's going to be listening too. Like, shout out Bridget. You a bad bitch.
We're friends, so the artificial insemination is just going to happen then. If we're going to go half on a baby here.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine with it. That's fine. I'm cool with it.
Okay, thank you.
I guess. Just feel like I don't want to have to explain. It's going to be hard enough explaining to the baby, me and your mom don't love each other. We're just friends. Like, that'll probably screw the baby up growing up. But then to find out that it was a turkey baster baby is going to make things a lot worse for said baby.
Well, you've never seen Jane the Virgin?
No, I haven't.
I feel like you need to watch it.
We talked about that. I'm not down for that show. The concept doesn't make sense to me.
It's so good. And it's partially in Spanish.
I'm Colombian and Argentinian, baby.
Shout out to
my
Latinos and Latinas.
See. Shout out to all my essays out there. I'm speaking to you, Jamel.
No, but so now I have a question for you.
Okay.
In the time that you get into a relationship, whenever that is. Oh, wait a damn minute. You told me that you didn't like that your ex-girlfriend hung out with her, like the guy friends that she was friends with from home.
Yeah. So that was when I like had found out that like, hey, I've hooked up with like all of my friends from back home. And I was like, that's a little weird.
Not really.
I don't hook up with my friends.
Okay, but
so
I
that's
think
why
that
it was weird to me.
In high school, everything is so incestuous.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't that cool in high school. So, like, I didn't do that stuff.
Were you ugly in high school?
I didn't hit, like, puberty till I was 17. So, like, I was a little boy. And,
That's
I mean,
cool.
I'm still, like, I'm boyish. I have boyish good looks. Can't really grow facial hair and stuff. So, like.
I literally see facial hair on.
I know, it's a little stubble. I mean, I had to put a little stubble on for the podcast, but you know, let these people know. But no, I wasn't great looking in high school. I had potential. I was like a little caterpillar, and then I cocooned.
Well, you were just really nice to yourself because I was fully ugly.
Yeah, I was just like little.
I was ugly. My nose was too big for my face. People made fun of me, and honestly, good, because if I wasn't made fun of, I wouldn't be who I am today. I would not have a personality. So thanks for making fun of me in 7th grade up until maybe my senior year, because now I'm funny.
Boom.
So you didn't like though that she hung out with her guy friends?
Yeah, I mean, for like a hot minute, and then like obviously I got over it like super fast.
So then now if you were to get into a new relationship,
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care?
Yeah, no. I think I was a little insecure in that moment. And I think now I'm like much more, I don't want to use the word mature, but it's probably like a little bit of maturity and like security and like being in relationships and trust and stuff. I think I'm a way more laid back person like now than I was then. Mm-hmm. I also like wasn't a crazy boyfriend at all. Yeah. Like I wasn't like that personal trainer girlfriend thing. But I was just like, I was like confused. Like, why'd you hook up with your friends? Like, I never hooked up with my friends. Yeah. Now that got me thinking, like, did my friends think I was ugly? Like, why wasn't I hooking up with my friends at the time? And then, you know, I wasn't that cute.
I also agree with you though that now, I mean, like when my last relationship, now I've been out of an extremely toxic relationship for over a year now. When I was in that relationship, I was constantly like on edge because I was always getting accused of being like the cheater. Mm-hmm. And I was, you know, told I wasn't allowed to go out. Was I just dating a father? Like, yeah. I wasn't allowed to go out. I blocked like so many guys. I like had to unfollow guys.
See, that's like when you gotta like know that it's not.
I didn't know. Like,
yeah, it's hard to know in the moment, but like now looking back, you're like,
I was like,
damn.
I was stupid. Yeah. And
I don't even know. Simp.
I don't even know why. Doesn't make sense. But now, honestly, like I'm so chill. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. Yeah. If you wanted to be really good friends with that girl, go do it. Because either way, if you're gonna cheat on me, you could do it with her. But if you're gonna cheat on me, you're gonna cheat on me regardless. Like,
not only that, like I totally agree with that. I think I'm at the point now. Like if I did get like another girlfriend and she was like, "Hey, I'm friends with like my ex."
That's weird. That's weird.
I think I'd be okay with it now.
Really?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I'm like, all right, like I trust you, like you're with me.
Yeah, I mean, like I trust the individual, but do I trust the ex?
No, you hate the ex, obviously, unless you get to know them and you're like, oh, they're cool. Also, if it's like a high school ex, that's like
high
different.
School ex is so ridiculous.
But I did just mean like in this scenario, like a recent ex.
Oh. I don't know. Honestly, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I think I would.
I'm not friends with any of my exes, so all of my exes live in Texas.
All my exes still live in Jersey, but
I was referencing multiple songs, but
I know. I just wanted to say that, but
all of my exes don't live in Jersey. So they're all over.
Hoes in different area codes. But I think I'd be cool with it. I think I would just be like, oh, like, you guys are still friends. Like, that's cool. Like, why are you still friends? Like, just because, like, when you date someone for a while, like, that's a important part of, like, your life. Unless it was, like, bad. Like, you shouldn't be friends with your ex. Like, I could be friends with my ex.
I had to block him on everything.
You shouldn't be. Let's reiterate. Syd should not be friends with her ex.
We never said his code name.
I don't even know his code name.
It's He Who Shall Not Be Named because I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Slytherin House represent.
I do not get that reference because I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
Okay, so like you have no Harry Potter. Like we're gonna continue this podcast.
Oh, Voldemort, right? That's the Voldemort thing.
You're not supposed to say his name.
I know, but like Voldy.
Okay, so yeah, we just call him He Shall Not Be Named because he's horrible. But I did have to like block some of his family, some of his friends.
Yeah. See, but that's like the crappy thing about like breakups and like why I think it's okay to try to be friends with your ex, because like when you cut out like an ex, you cut out like the family and then like your ex's friends who might have been your friends now, kind of. It's hard to be friends with your ex like immediately.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Tried that, didn't work right away. Worked and then stopped working, and then now it's like we're in that awkward.
Yeah, they're in like the gray area. You're in limbo. What's it called?
You see her at the bar, and you're like, don't know if I should say hi. Oh my God, you're right next to me.
No, I feel like you have to say hi.
Yeah, you do, and we did. Awkward. Awkward.
I didn't know that you saw her out.
Yeah, last Friday.
You like go out at college still. It's
no,
like...
that wasn't where I saw her.
Yikes!
That's why it was
unexpected.
Unexpected. I got a call from my friend. He's like, "Yo, she's here." I'm like, "Who?"
I saw my ex. I used to commute to New York every day. When I was at school, I was working full time in the city as well, and I saw my ex. He got on the train, and
to avoid you.
No, I was on the train. He also got on the train.
Oh.
I went full incognito. Who is she? I don't even know. I wrapped myself like masks weren't a thing yet. Like I had sunglasses. Like I was like not me. Like
see, that's like
I will never be friends with him. Like I can't do that.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that. But yeah, it's not cool seeing your ex unexpectedly.
Yeah, but like I think that eventually you guys will be friends.
Yeah, I mean, well, we have like you mutual.
Have something special.
I was gonna say we have mutual friends. Like when I went to the bar, like her friends came up to me and like, "Did you see her yet?" And I'm like,
"Oh,
who?"
Oh, Sam.
I'm like, "Who?" And they're like, "Her." I'm like, "She here?" They're like, "Yeah."
That was the exact conversation. I hope it went like that.
It literally did.
I hope you didn't even have like a full sentence. So you were just making noises.
Literally, I was just like, huh? What? And then 2 seconds later, hey. And we did the awkward one-armed side hug. Like, not like a hug. It was like the, hey.
Well, you know what? I always will say, and I'll say this till the day I die, a side hug is strictly for friends. You don't hug your friend up front like that. A guy?
Nah, you don't.
Strict side hug. And if you're interested in me and I want to further do side hug. Instant side hug.
Wow, I'm learning. Yeah. I get side hugged a lot.
So you're always friends around.
Yeah.
So
I live in that bitch.
It'd be like that. Honestly, I think I get friend zoned a lot too.
I think that happens when you're a friendly person though.
I am very friendly.
Me too. Like I'm really outgoing.
But I'm not approachable, apparently. Allegedly.
Because you wear too much black.
No.
Yes.
I think, honestly, I really just think what I've been told is that when I go out, I look too put together, and that's intimidating.
That's so lame.
So.
That you just said that.
So
people just tell me I'm too put together to be approached.
I'm too put together.
See, when people see me out, I'm dancing like an idiot.
I'm also dancing like an idiot.
With a drink in my hand. One eye is going right. One eye is going up. I don't know how it's going up. And my tongue's probably out. There's like drool down my face.
That sounds like you're having a seizure.
I might be.
Do you have epilepsy? Like, that doesn't sound like a normal thing that happens. Like, should I take you to urgent care right
and, like,
now?
my friends who I'm with are just making noises like we're like the Tasmanian devil, like zap 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 zap. Like, literally, that's like what happens when we drink and we're out. So like that. Maybe I don't look approachable, but it's not because I'm not put together. It's because I'm having a seizure.
Okay, well, that actually brings me to my last point, and it'll also just be an excellent segue for our next episode. Because honestly, we've been talking for too damn long.
Yes.
The sound engineer is like, I want to go home.
He's entertained.
No, he's been laughing the entire time. It's just because I'm so irresistible. No, but maybe we're just not that person's type, and that's why we don't get approached.
Yeah.
But that means that our next episode will be about types. That's what it means.
That's exactly what it means. What a segue. What a transition.
I know. And the next episode, you'll be able to meet my dear friend Athena. And she has
our dear friend Athena. We love you.
And she has an excellent story about a man who decided to let her know what his type was. All right, friends. I'm Syd Groves.
I'm Jordan Pagano.
Thanks for listening. Love you.